Hi, I'm Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert. I'm here today to show you how to make our breezy fun, Go Windy baby quilt. This is such a versatile pattern that can be made using just the 2 dies that comes with our Go Me. The Go Me is a great way to get started with die cutting your fabric for new quilters and veterans alike. It's our smallest, lightweight cutter, but don't let the size fool you. This little gem will still cut up to 6 layers of 100% quilting cotton. It's accurate, lightweight, portable, easy to use, and 90% faster than traditional cutting methods. The Go Me comes with everything you need to make this project right in the box. Just add fabric. It comes with 2 dies, the 3-inch finished half square triangle die and the 3-inch finished quarter square triangle die. It also comes with a 6x6 cutting mat and the Go Me pattern booklet. Now remember, quilters, AccuQuilt builds in that 1/4-inch seam allowance into every geometric shape. We also cut off the dog ears, and with the 2-tone foam, you can see exactly where to place your fabric to get perfect cuts every time. So let's get started with our project. There's one basic block that we're going to be making using 2 different colors. The pattern for the Go Windy baby quilt can be found in your pattern booklet that comes with your Go Me, or head on over to AccuQuilt.com to download the pattern and follow along. Both of the dies we're using today would work perfectly with charm squares, but for this project, we are going to use yardage. You will need just 3 colors, a background and 2 accent colors. Here's what you will need to cut for this project. Pause the video now if you need to. To finish this quilt, you will need to cut 5 2.5-inch width of fabric strips for the binding. The Go Strip die, which is item number 55014, cuts 2 strips across the die and works perfectly in your Go Me, along with the corresponding 6x24-inch die mat. Remember that any Go die that is 6 inches wide or less will work in your Go Me. Now we're ready to have some fun and put one of these blocks together. You will be making just one basic block with 2 different accent colors, one in orange and one in pink. Now I've cut most of my pieces already. I just need to finish cutting my white half square triangles. Now look at this die. Remember that AccuQuilt builds in that 1/4-inch seam allowance for you and cuts off the dog ears to save even more time when you're sewing blocks. This die cuts 2 half square triangles on the die and can cut up to 6 layers of 100% quilting cotton, so that's 12 triangles in just one pass through the cutter. To get your fabric ready, take your clear plastic ruler and place it on your die. Measure the total width of the shape and add 1/4 inch to either side to rough cut your fabric. Now it looks like I'm just going to need a 4 3/4 inch width of fabric strip. I've already cut my strip and I've cut off the salvage edge. Now quilters, if you have the salvage edge, you know that this is the lengthwise grain. But if you don't, let me teach you this little tug tip. So, low and wonky, lots of give, high and tight. That's the lengthwise grain. Now lay your fabric on the die, lengthwise grain parallel to your belly, and fan fold your fabric up to 6 layers. Put on your mat, and you're ready to cut. All right, let's cut our half square triangles. Now remember, as the die has come through the cutter, static has built up. So you want to give your mat a little bit of love. Slide that mat off, don't lift. And now we have cut 12 perfect half square triangles. How easy was that? Let's get a block laid out so that you can see how it will all go together. For each block, you will need 4 identical units made with 1 white half square triangle, 1 white quarter square triangle, and then 1 quarter square triangle from each of the accent colors. Now you want to lay out your quarter square triangles so that you lay them out correctly. It can be a little tricky. Ask me how I know. What you want to do is take your quarter square triangle here and your quarter square triangle here. Make sure I'm using white on white fabric, so you want all of the fabric facing up. Then I'm going to take my half square triangle, and this is my basic block. To me, this is the perfect chain piecing blocks. First, I'm going to match up my quarter square triangles, putting right sides together. I also like to put a pin in this so that I know that this is the side that I want to stitch. I'm going to start with a piece of jumper fabric, and you could just chain piece all of your quarter square triangles and one pass. All right, ta-da. Now here's a big tip that I want to give you. You want to press your seams open. So take your little iron, lay your seams flat, and press your seams open. Just like that, okay? Now I'm ready to sew the half square triangle to the quarter square triangle unit. Again, I'm going to put right sides together. I'm going to give it a little pin so I know which seam I want to sew. And remember, we've cut off the dog ears. So this from here to here is a perfect 1/4 inch seam. Just like the quarter square triangles, I want to press my seams open on this finished block. Now once you have all of your units sewn together and pressed open, you can start sewing your blocks together. Be sure and arrange those units so you have your little pinwheels in the center of each block. You will sew the top 2 and the bottom 2 units together, press, and sew those blocks together. It's as easy as that. 1 block, 2 different accent colors. Think about making the same pattern with seasonal fabrics, or maybe adding more blocks for a great lap quilt. Once you have your blocks complete, refer to the pattern for the layout diagram. You will lay out your blocks in 8 rows of 6. Sew the blocks together, alternating each row so that one starts with pink and the next row starts with orange. Remember to press your seams in the opposite direction so the rows will nest. Next, sew those rows together, matching your block seams. Once those seams are pressed, you are ready to lay the batting between the top and the backing. Pin or baste and quilt as desired. Bind with the 5-inch width of fabric strips and be sure and miter your corners as you go. And just like that, your Go Windy Baby Quilt is finished and ready for that special little one. Now we made this whole project using the Go Me, but if you own a different cutter, you can also use the dies with that. To get started with your own Go Me, check your local retailer or go to AccuQuilt.com. And remember, at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time so you can quilt more.